Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Witeout, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can get godlike aim in Fortnite. I'm not going to be telling you guys a bunch of creative maps to work on, but instead, I'm going to be giving you guys tips on how you can make your aim 10 times better, regardless if it's keyboard and mouse or controller. If you enjoy the content, consider subscribing. Also, if you want to support me, all you have to do is use my code Witeout in the item shop. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into today's episode. Okay guys, I'm going to be starting this video off with a topic that most of you guys might be familiar with. So I'm going to be talking about why you should be taking your shot last, also known as trigger discipline. So there is multiple ways that you can improve your aim. One way that you can improve your aim, specifically your shotgun aim, is by learning that you can shoot last in a gunfight. This might sound simple enough, but most of the time, people fighting are not thinking of waiting to shoot last in a fight. Now I don't mean just let your opponent hit you while fighting, you still want to win the fight. What I mean is, you need to focus on lining up your shots so you can hit more damage than your opponent. I've explained why you should be doing this in a few other videos, but this is trigger discipline. Trigger discipline is when you're being patient and shooting to line up your shot to hit the maximum damage to your opponent. There's a lot of ways of learning how to practice trigger discipline. You can play creative maps like headshot only maps and any Raiders 1v1 aim trainer maps. The next topic I want to talk about is learning how to pre-aim. Well, before we talk about pre-aiming, we have to answer some questions, like what is pre-aiming? Pre-aiming is knowing where your opponent is while perfectly timing a shot to either damage or kill your opponent. I've nearly perfected methods of knowing when to pre-fire my opponent successfully. Some ways I've done this is by baiting my opponents or just by simply waiting for my opponents. I'm going to explain both methods, starting off with baiting my opponents. Baiting opponents can easily lead you into getting kills. One of the most common ways of baiting someone is by faking a pickaxe swing at an opponent's wall. What I mean by this is, when your opponent is boxed up and you swing at their wall, their reaction would be to edit the wall. Now what I mean by fake pickaxe swinging is swinging your pickaxe at an opponent's wall without damaging it. After you fake the swing, you need to pull out your shotgun since your opponent will have their blueprint out looking for an edit, and you will have an easy kill, which leads to my next topic. Now this is gonna be the most important topic in today's video, which is gonna be the importance of crosshair placement. As you guys might know, aiming is the most inconsistent factor in Fortnite. One of the main reasons your aim could be lacking is because of your crosshair placements. Having bad crosshair placements could lead to your aim being less consistent. Well, you might be wondering, how do I fix crosshair placement? And to give you an answer, you just simply need to think of where your crosshair is while playing. Most people who play Fortnite will have their crosshair near ground level, and when they need to make an edit, they have to flick on to their opponents. Not too many people think of that in this way. If you start training yourself to keep your crosshairs at head level, you will see much more improvement compared to looking down, since you need to flick up every time you need to shoot your opponent, which is very unnecessary and also impacts your movement. Now in the next topic, we're going to be talking about high versus low sensitivity. High versus low sensitivity has been a debated topic since Chapter 1 Fortnite. There are players like Mongrel with low sensitivities who are extremely dominant, but their sensitivity looks like it's high. The reasoning of this is because they have enough mouse space to where they can use a low sensitivity. And there are also players like Mr. Savage who are dominant on high sensitivities. Most people will agree that high or low sense is personal preference, as long as it's not an insanely low or high sense. Well, recently there has been a topic on pixel skipping. Pixel skipping has been an issue due to the sensitivity of your DPI. If you don't know what that is, just search up a video of pixel skipping after you finish watching this video. So to answer what's better between low or high sense, there is no best sensitivity in the game. But what I can say is that most players tend to use somewhat of a low to middle sensitivity. Now, a lot of people have also been debating if Kovacs actually works or not. Some people think that aim training is a complete waste of time, which in fact is completely wrong. I am gonna make this topic a bit short because I am gonna be making a Kovacs routine in the next video. You do need to understand, just like anything else, aim training is a process and will take time. You can't just expect to practice for one day and have godlike aim. But if you do want to have god aim, you need to practice every day consistently. This also goes to playing sports. If you start playing a sport today, you're not gonna be the best player in the world in one day or in 1 week. It takes time, dedication, and a lot of hard work to become the best player. And the same goes for aim training. But that's your answer on if Kovacs is a waste of time or not. And the final topic I'm going to be talking about is optimal mouse and controller grips. To get this out of the way, I am not a controller player, so I'm not going to say too much. What I can say is that if you are playing claw or paddles, that will make your movement so much better. I've played normally on controller, so I didn't do so good. Now I'm not saying that you can't do good without using paddles or playing claw. Most players tend to play claw. Now, when it comes to mouse grips, there are 3 types of different grips you can choose from. We have palm, fingertip, and claw. Most of us just naturally grip our mouse without any second thoughts. When it comes to Fortnite, palm grip is considered the best grip style to use. I personally use palm grip, so I don't want to sound biased on it. Palm grip allows you to aim with your arm instead of your wrist. Doing that makes tracking so much easier. Now I do want to mention that the way you hold your mouse matters, whether it's a loose or a tight grip. Holding a tight mouse grip will not make you any better. It is actually the other way around. The reason why holding a loose mouse grip is better is because it's less exposed to shaking when you're nervous, and your tracking and control will start to feel smooth instead of rough movements while tightly holding your mouse in a stressful situation. Guys, that is gonna wrap up today's episode. I hope you guys found this video both enjoyable and informative. If you guys enjoy this type of content and want to see more in the future, make sure to leave a like on this video and comment what type of videos you want to see me upload. Also subscribe if you're new because it means more than you think. Also, if you want to support me, all you have to do is use my code Witeout in the item shop. If you do use code Witeout in the item shop, I'll be giving away more V-Bucks in the future. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Run away from the past and the nonsense. Tired of toxic games, not an option. Made it up from the mud, I'ma find this. Taking off hella fast.